Hey, what's good everybody? This is Kay here, and basically this video is going to be a little bit different to most of my the only couple of videos that I've posted, and we're going to be looking at some backdoor siege strategies and just if they are legitimate and can be used for you to push your brawlers. So if we take a look at the maps right now that are in rotation, we've got Olive Branch and we've got Mecha Match like M Bot Drop, which all have like a bushy side, and this is like really good for backdoor strategies because it allows you to sneak around. But there's also like Nuts and Bolts, which still has like bushes you can sneak around, and Factory Rush. So this is Nuts and Bolts. Oh wait, no, this is Junk Park here. And yeah, basically this game we actually got underdog, so that's why my teammate was spinning for a little bit there, because yeah, he kind of thought we were gonna lose because he thinks this is like a cheese strategy, but he's soon gonna find out that it's actually a pretty good strategy. So anyways, we're just doing the normal. So they all have to come back and defend us here, and we're still like we can still jump in and get 16% damage, and that might not seem like much, but then once we get the respawn, we can get like a pretty much perfect defense. So that's like how you play this strategy. You just suicide before the bolt spawns, and then you just defend, because we've got two tanks, and especially Frank, he's really good in siege defense. We can just cycle like the bot, and they dealt 8%, so we're already winning even though we didn't win the first bolt. So that's kind of how you play the strategy. Like, that's the basics of it. Sometimes you do get one pushes if you catch people off guard. Obviously this was a pretty good team, and it's on these maps it's pretty hard to like sneak all the way around, so we did get caught out there. We actually could have done a lot more damage, but I just slightly mistimed my gadget, so we didn't get the stun off, but we still got down to 65%. Yeah, which was not too bad. And so here you can see I would just be tanking the boss. The bull should probably have came over a little bit earlier, but he's come round, he's defended the BB, which is good. And yeah, so like I said again, it's just a perfect defense. Like, they dealt no damage, and I actually can't remember too well what happened here, but yeah, I think the bull went in for a little bit of damage. So yeah, they got a little bit of damage, not too much, because BB's pretty strong on defense. And even then, I went in, stalled the bot, dealt a bit of damage to the bot and the Ike. So it was, yeah, that was really good as well. So now once we get the respawn on, they've got 49%, which is definitely possible to get. But like, as you can see, they just can't get past our defense. So that time they did go all in, so they did manage to get down to 60%, 56%, but we still took the win. Now this match here is like, this is on a different map, and this is probably a much better map for it. And we're actually running Colt here, and it's a pretty versatile, like, backdoor strategy. You can play pretty much like a lot of different brawlers. It's good to have someone that will tank it. A Gale is also really good because it allows you to jump in a little bit, as you can see there. And we took Colt for the DPS, and as you can see, we just one pushed it. So that's what happens when you catch your opponents off guard, and they were actually like semi-decent players as well. So yeah, and this one is, I think, another one of just that. Like, we just caught them off guard. The Primo comes back to defend, so it's hard for us to get a perfect one push, especially because of his asteroid gadget. But we do manage to get it down to 7%, and then it's an easy defense for us because we respawn. And kind of the reason why this strategy is actually viable in ladder is because it catches a lot of people off guard. And you'll see here, like, the enemy is just so confused. Like, they usually go to check our spawn, they just take the bolts, so we can just rush in. And yeah, I think that's another one push. So yeah, that's why it's really good for ladder. But when you think of more, like, as you can see here, like, our battle log is just mostly wins. Usually the losses were to human error, so I'm not going to show any of those because we could have definitely won the games that we lost. We didn't verse many other good teams that we were losing to. It was just usually we stuffed up. But this game here, again, we were running a different comp, so this is just to kind of switch it up. So this is probably a bit more like of a comp that you'd run in competitive, because you can kind of win your lanes because if you're running in competitive and they see you're not anywhere, they know you'd be down the bushes. Like, this is ladder, so that's why they're not going. So they would actually be defending us, and they did defend us there, but we still dealt 43% damage, even though we didn't like one push it. We could just get the Brock to deal more damage, and the Brock can just suicide in to finish it off. Yeah, as you can see. And so yeah, even though it's not too great competitively, like, we weren't even running the best comp. The best comp's probably like the likes of Bull, but I was running Daryl and Frank because they were low. And then you kind of like need a Colt for the DPS. But the reason why I actually think that this strategy is a legitimate strategy, like in competitive Brawl Stars, is because lately Siege meta has become very defense based. Like, you'd pretty much just go for control. You need the first bolt so you can get control and stuff. And when that happens, when it becomes like all about control, if you run those different comps, you can definitely catch, you can definitely counter. Like, when we versed a Mr. P and a Sprout, which is a really good comp, we could just suicide in for a little bit of damage. We weren't getting much. It's not hard to get a little bit, and then we still get the win because we can just get the perfect defense. Yeah, and so let me know how you guys think this video went down below. Like, let me know how the audio is and stuff like that. Thanks for watching, guys.